0.96. Hey y'all, Artist Poet Girl here, also known as APG Jamie, and today we're gonna work on a shrine. And I used a candy box. I bought it on clearance after Christmas because I liked it, the shape of the candy tin. And I took the lid off. I've not used the lid yet, but I probably maybe will. And I'm making this so that you can hang it on the wall. So first steps first. How am I going to hang it on the wall? So I'm poking a couple of holes. As you saw, I've got a old stamp block and an awl and a hammer. And now I'm going to use some picture wire. And you can see me twist it all up and yada, 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 and so on and so forth. But I end up deciding I didn't like it, so I don't use it. But anyway, we'll get back to another hanger momentarily. So I sanded the outside of the box, and I want to save the inside silver part of the sides, inside of the sides. Sides. Oh, let's just go ahead and, I spray painted that with gold paint. Spray paint. And, yeah, so now we're getting our silicone mold ready, and I'll provide a link to how I made the silicone mold. I think I have it on a video. And I'm going to link to it in the description below, people, along with the list of ingredients. And there'll probably be an little eye circle eye thing on the right side of your screen, upper right corner there. Yeah, you can click on that and it'll show you, link you to the video there as well. And I'm rolling out polymer clay. This is just a polymer clay, and rolling it out and rolling it out and rolling it out. Could cut out, I don't know, 20-30 seconds worth of this rolling it out, polymer clay, rolling it out. There's the mold. Oh, you want to make sure you cornstarch those molds up, just saying, because, yeah, you want to do that. And your polymer clay, of course, gets soft as you work on it, which is a good thing. If it gets too soft, it's harder to get out of the mold, and to help combat that, you can refrigerate your mold, a couple minutes, and the clay will kind of, get back to being a little more firm. So I'm pushing it in this mold. It's a flat mold, and y'all saw me use a little credit card to cut off the edge a little on. Now remember, I'm putting this in an octagon shape, and this is a rectangle thing. So I'm making a pattern on a plain piece of probably just plain printing paper, plain old copy paper, whatever kind of paper, just plain old. See, spray painted that tin. You saw it gold. Maybe you could see the difference. When you're making patterns to fit inside, you want to make sure you cut the pencil line off. And as it turns out, that octagon was not a perfect octagon, and I didn't mark which was up and down another, so kind of ended up a couple gaps here and there. But I fix it later on. There's that credit card, using that for a cut. Or if you're using a craft knife or other actual metal type of blade to cut your polymer clay, please do not cut it on your silicone mold, because it will damage your mold, I'm pretty sure. So we're getting ready to bake it. That little piece came off. Let's check that again. Cut just trim just a little bit more, because you can sand polymer clay somewhat, and you want to do that with a mask on, because you want to protect your lungs, people. You want to do it outdoors because it gets dusty. Now, this is my new little hanger thing. I took a couple of small size paper clips and bent them around and made a little loop on the back. I think it's going to work pretty well. And now I'm making a face because, again, this silicone mold that I made. And I wanted a face in my shrine because I like faces. Did y'all know that about me? Well, it's high time y'all figured that out, or found out, or learned. Take a note. I like bases and musical interludes. I say they're for you, but we know they're really for me, right? Me, yeah. So I'm making a little form to put my face in, because I want her to bake more or less evenly. And you know, the little nose part is kind of delicate, so I'll put the face down. We're facing dog yoga pose. No. You just never know what I'm going to say. Me either. Sometimes it's a complete surprise to me. So I was just kind of touching her up a little bit, and I'm going to put her face down on that quilt batting or fiber fill, and it's relatively safe because you are baking your polymer clay at low oven temperatures. So yeah, I'm just playing around. I put a dimple in her cheek, smearing, smoothing out some stuff. Yeah, that'll be good. Oh, fixed. Okay, face out, because you don't want her nose to necessarily get overbaked. And here I'm going to make, evidently I'm going to show you, I'm going to do another face. It ends up not turning out, so I didn't use it. So really I should have just totally cut this part out of the video. In fact, I don't even know why it's still here. So ignore this part. Act like you're seeing something really important. Oh, there we go. Okay, so now it's all baked and set up, and I'm gonna put some black on there. Yeah, just, you know, black. I think I wiped some off. Yep, here comes the baby wipe. We're gonna wipe it off so we end up, you know, with the dark and the crevices. Now you can see the texture in that. See keys and paper clips and buttons, and I'm going to paint the face as well in the black. And I'm using a pokey tool. I'm not poking her, I'm just kind of using it to hold it kind of steady so I can get the paint all around. Now I'm going to use some turquoise. It's a turquoise glaze. It's probably a silk paint. And I sort of didn't like it, but I sort of liked it, but I sort of didn't. We're going to paint on our girl, because I didn't let her get dry all the way. When I picked her up, some of the black paint stuck to my fingers, and I thought, well, that's okay. That's just going to add, you know, add some character. Make it look a little aged without wrinkles. Did y'all hear that wind in my microphone? Oh, it's windy in here. So anyway, like I said, I sort of didn't like it, so I'm going back over it with the black. I don't know. Indecisive. Now I'm going over it with a piece of, looks like scrunched up paper napkin piece left over from that. Yeah. Probably. Yeah, because it's not wiping off a whole lot, so it must not be a baby wipe. It's got to be a piece of dry napkin. Yep. And now I'm going to try some gold, because I thought maybe we'll put some gold. So I'm using gold over to the side, and I'm putting my finger in it so we get that little rub and buff sort of look going on. And I kind of like it, and I kind of don't like it. I don't know. Maybe I should have left it white and just, yeah, forgot all about it. Just left it white. But no, put some gold on it. Now I'm going to come back and put a little more of that turquoise back on there. And I went and I made a couple of keys, which I had also, you know, done in silicone mold. And I'm going to paint them gold because I'm not sure which one I want to use. I thought maybe I'd use both of them. And I'm like, I don't know. Maybe we'll just use one, but I don't know which one. So I'm going to paint them gold. And that's some glossy accents, and I'm filling in the gap. You really can't see the gap because I painted black down in there so that you really couldn't, you know, so it wouldn't be like a sore thumb or something. And we're going to fill that part in with some seed beads, but it was my intention the entire time to put a row, more or less, a roll, row, row your boat gently down the glossy accent. Anyway, I was going to put the seed beads in there. I just had to fill in the gap, though, so I used a little bit more seed beads. And these are the little teeny seed beads. They're little teenies. And glossy accents. And I adhered. I never even showed you that part. Why did? Oh, well, maybe I didn't film it. I originally stuck my the polymer clay piece, down inside the tin can using liquid nail, which is an adhesive you get in the construction department of your home improvement store. It's called liquid nail. Yeah, probably could have used E6000 or whatever else, but I like liquid nail, so that's what I used. See, liquid nail. And that's what I'm gonna adhere the face with. And according to the instructions, you put it on the back, you make the two pieces kiss, and you separate them, and you let it kind of set for however many minutes it says, and then you stick it back on there and let it dry forever. No, not really forever. And I'm kind of showing the little seed beads, and now we're going to work on the back, because I thought, well, how am I going to hang it? And I found this chain in whatever store. I think it was the Walmart's. And I said, yeah, I could use a chain. That would be cool. So I stuck this chain on there. Now, when you're taking sections of a chain apart, you twist the little chain piece, and it, comes apart, and you remove whatever excess you want to remove, and blah, 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 blah. And to put it back together, you just twist it. Now, if you pull your little chain sections open, pull them open, it's not ever going to go back right, and it'll probably end up breaking that little piece anyway. So twist them. Yeah. In there. I like that, and I thought, you know what? I got all this extra chain. What am I going to do with it? Ooh, let's dangle it down. So this was kind of a serendipity thing. So I'm going to dangle it down. But I didn't necessarily want it all the same length. And I like the number 3. It's like my favorite number. And I only had 2 hooks back there. But I remedied that by putting some wire between the 2 little eyelet hooky thingies that I made from the paper clips. So twist that all together, and twist and twist and twist and twist and twist and twist. And now I can put a 3rd chain hanging off that wire. And it should be no big deal, because it's really, what, 1/4 of an ounce at most. And then I thought, I need something hanging on the end of these chains, because they're kind of plain, and it just kind of looks like you forgot to put something on there. So I found leaves seemed to be the common charm that I had. I didn't necessarily have 3 of the same thing, but I had 3, different kinds of leaves, and they more or less worked it well together, because they're all silver. So now I'm throwing some silver into the mix. So we have gold. Well, actually, the silver is also on the inside of the can. Remember the inside that we didn't paint, that we covered up with the tape way back at the beginning? You might have to flip back and watch that. But wait till you get to the end and start all over. Well, you don't have to watch it again. It's just, the natural inside silver color of the tin can that had candy in it that I got after Christmas. I won't say which Christmas. Treasure. So there we go. 3 different leaves, all hooked it on. And I like that. And I kept thinking, I'm not sure if I like the gold key. It just seemed extra bright. But then I thought, let's tie in some more silver. And I found a little musical note, in silver, a little charm. I'm like, yeah, okay, I like that. Yeah, let's throw some music in there, because, why not? Key, key, note, key. That was a little silver key. And I found a little teeny tiny lock. Can you see the little teeny tiny lock down there in the lower right? Yeah, I like that. And everything is all dry. Okay, I let it dry like 3 or 4 days or longer, because, It's all nice and dry. And this is, now I don't remember the manufacturer, but it's triple thick. I have it in a spray, spray can, and also this jar form. Oh, and I stuck some beads in there, and I didn't film that part either. Can you see the little beads? They're for little flowers. And I'm covering everything up with the triple thick because I want it all shiny. And like I said, I wasn't real fond of the gold, so I put a little silver over the gold key, and it kind of knocked it back just a little bit, and it made me happy. And I thought, well, if we're going to hang this on the wall, don't really like the outside so much. So I typed up in the computer all these little words, and I cut them out, and I inked around the edges. Can y'all believe I actually did ink around all those edges? And now we're going to glue them on with gloss gel. And there's the completed. It's it's a long piece. I didn't measure it, so I don't know. So it's kind of hard to get a picture of it. But you'll see the little leaf things. See, there they are. You can kind of see them, right? And a close-up on the inside. We got quite a photo montage of the outside words. So here we go. Bunch of different, key to kindness, key to life, key to creativity, key to success, key to the door, because you gotta have a door, key to stillness, key to understanding, and yeah, I can't tell you what the key is because that's something you have to discover for yourself. That's the thing about enlightenment, y'all. It's just a path you're on. You got to discover. And here I'm explaining it to you. See? Oh, goodness. Linguinis. Oh, people. I love you. I love you. So thanks for watching. And happy arting, y'all.